What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna be reviewing a brand new drugstore brand that honestly I don't really know much about. I literally was in Walmart the other day and I saw it, so obviously I had to buy one of everything so that we could test it. The brand is called Relove by Makeup Revolution, so I assume it's like a sister brand to the Makeup Revolution that we all know, but every single product in this entire makeup line is under $5, and honestly most of them were $3. Like pretty much everything was like $2.99-ish. I think maybe only like one thing was $5. So like I said, I bought a full face so we could test it all out. Like we have contour palettes, powder, a gloss, a whole concealer palette, like everything. And honestly, we all know drugstore makeup prices have gotten much higher recently, as has most other things too, but the drugstore makeup has definitely gone up. So to see this new brand with everything under $5, I was definitely very intrigued. So I want to test it out and see if it's actually any good. I'm a little bit skeptical, but like I like a lot of Makeup Revolution's products, even though theirs are at a little bit of a higher price point. I do like a lot of their products, so interested to see how this Relove brand is. I have not seen any reviews or really anybody talking about it, which is surprising to me. But yeah, I literally just like stumbled across it in Walmart. So I was like, all right, we gotta get this, we gotta see. So I have my little receipt here so I can tell you guys the price point of everything. Like I said, pretty much everything was like $3, but if anything was higher, I'll let you know. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, up first, we're starting with one of the highest priced products in the collection, and this is the Pore Vanish Primer. So this is supposed to be a blurring primer. They had about 3 or 4 other primers. There was a mattifying one, I think one for hydrating, the Pore Vanish, which is the one that I went for because I have like enlarged pores, so I typically like to go for a pore filling primer. So this was $4.98, comes with a little pump. I'm gonna just pump out to my finger, kind of like a gel consistency. Ooh, it's very cooling feeling. Has a light scent to it, kind of like citrusy, I would say. It does not feel like the silicone-y like pore filling primers do. This one feels a bit more hydrating. Again, it feels like kind of like a water gel sort of consistency, which I like. And I'm just tapping it in where I have pores and texture, and I do feel like it added some smoothness, and I definitely like the texture of it, how it feels hydrating. Many pore filling primers can feel almost like mattifying and dry because of the like more silicone-y texture, but so far, pretty good. Okay, up next we have the foundation. This was the only other product that was $4.95. So again, the top of the range price point wise. This is the Super Serum Hyaluronic Acid Foundation. I got this in shade F6. This is supposed to be an ultra lightweight formula that's stretchable and buildable, it says. So it has like a little dropper. So I am just gonna grab a beauty sponge and I'm gonna drop it onto my beauty sponge like that. Not really sure how much to use, to be honest with y'all. So we're just gonna go in and see. Whoa, this is really nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, honestly, I don't know. Like I was skeptical, obviously, because it's like $4 for a foundation. It looks pretty dang good if you ask me. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more on my sponge here. It feels super light, which I like. Like it really doesn't feel like I have much on my skin at all. And I would say it gives like a nice medium coverage, definitely hydrating feeling. So if you have like really oily skin and you don't like hydrating foundations, you probably won't like this, to be completely honest with you. But for me with drier skin, I love a nice little hydrating foundation, and that's definitely what this feels like. It honestly reminds me a lot of the L'Oreal Hyaluronic Acid, the tinted serum that they have. Very similar, but is a lot cheaper because I think that sometimes get up to like 12, 15 bucks. So this is definitely a more affordable option, but feels quite similar to me. The shade I got was a little light in comparison to my neck, but I do really love the feel of this on my skin. And we are filming early in the day today. It is, where's my phone? Here we go. It is just after 10 a.m. So I'm gonna wear this all day long. So check the description box. I will update it with how it wears throughout the day, but upon first impression, I think this is beautiful. And I am like actually really impressed. All right, up next for concealer, we actually have a full-on concealer palette, and this was $2.98 for this whole palette, which I thought was really cool. So let me open it on up. I got the light one. They had a couple different options for different shades, but as you can see, you do get a variety of different shades in this. Here is what it looks like opened up. So you get 2 pretty big concealer shades and then some smaller ones here. I guess if you kind of want to use them as more of like a contour shade, it doesn't really necessarily say. Oh yeah, it does. It says concealer and contour palette. So I guess that's what it's for. So these ones are more to conceal, and then if you wanted to use them to contour too, which I guess we might as well. So first I'm gonna go in with the concealer. I'm gonna just mix together these 2 bigger ones, get a little bit of both on a brush and go in on my under eyes. I'll be honest, I don't typically love like press down concealers like this for my under eye area because they can be drying and look a little bit more cakey on me in my experience in the past, but let's see. I'm gonna kind of dot it on, and then I'm gonna blend out more with a beauty sponge because it's kind of the finish that I like a bit better. All right, let's go in and blend with a sponge now and really blend it in. This is not looking too bad, but I feel like it's gonna crease. Something inside of me is telling me that this is gonna crease, but we're gonna see. So far, not loving it on my under eyes, but let's use it. I'm gonna go in with one of these darker shades here, and I'm gonna conceal, like I have a little blemish there, go there, and right here, and use it more for that. And then we'll blend. Yeah, see, for like concealing on the face or blemishes, I think it's good. I just don't like it for the under eyes. But like that did a good job of covering up the little blemishes that I have. So I definitely like it better for that. Now let's use one of the darker shades as a cream contour. I don't know what kind of brush to really use. I'm just gonna go in with the same brush, the darker shade, and I'll like dot it on. This is definitely a little orangey, the shade, like the tone. So it's giving me much more like bronzer vibes than necessarily contour, because with contour you typically would want something more cool toned, where this is definitely very, very warm. But it doesn't blend out badly. I just not a fan of the shade personally. And again, this was $3. I feel like I have to keep reminding myself of that as well. Like, of course I'm gonna tell you whether or not it's good, but it's also $3. Like, do I have better cream contours that were like $25? Absolutely, but like for $3, it's really not a bad option. I do have to say that, especially to get contour and concealer shades in there. All right, so that is that. Not bad, not my favorite. I like the primer and the foundation better if you're gonna pick up anything from this so far. Next, let's jump in with powder to set. I don't think I have, do I have a cream? Oh, I do, I forgot. We have this baby tint. This is a lip and cheek tint. So I got this in shade Fuchsia. Let me open this. This was also $2.98. I think pretty much everything else that I got was $2.98. So let's open this. So again, this can be used on your cheeks or your lips. I'm gonna do 2 little dots, a little bit more, and then let's blend. Okay, light wash of color, but still very pretty. I could definitely vibe with this. And it's not, sometimes when they do like the lip and cheek products, it's too like kind of sticky for me to ever really like it on my cheeks, but this one isn't giving me that like sticky finish that other lip and cheek duo kind of products can give. Oh, I can see that I have like the little dots. It's getting harder to blend on this side. So maybe apply to one side, blend, and then go to your other side and blend instead of letting it kind of like dry on your face for a little bit like I did, but we're able to blend it out. But I actually like this, and I like the finish that it's not like, doesn't feel like you have like a lip gloss or something on your face. It's more of like a traditional cream blush finish. Okay, I gotta say, so far I am very impressed, but let's keep trying. Up next we have the super matte powder. So this is the finishing powder that they have. They did have it in a couple different shades. I just opted to get translucent so we could check that one out. So I'm gonna go in with a little under eye brush and set my under eyes with it, and then we'll go all over the face. Okay. As I'm applying it to my under eyes, do you guys see? I like it a lot because I feel like that just gave me a lot of brightness, which is what I like on my under eyes. But I feel like when I'm gonna go all over my face with this, it's not translucent. Like, it's definitely adding brightness to my under eye area. So we'll see when we go all over the face. But for the under eyes, could this replace my beloved Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana that I loved forever, but they discontinued it? And I have not really found a drugstore replacement for it yet. This honestly could be it. I feel like that just set my under eyes really nicely, because again, I love the brightness, but let's see how it looks on the face, because I'm a little concerned that it's definitely gonna like, yeah, so it definitely causes a bit of like a white cast, so to speak, like on the face, because it's not actually translucent. It's more so like this color rather than just being translucent. Like, you can see it still on my finger. So I think for all over the face, I would have been better off. You can still see those 2 dots from that blush, but so like I said, it dries quickly and I feel like I can't get rid of it now. But I feel like you'd be better off with maybe one of the shaded ones that they have instead of like the translucent one for all over your face. With the translucent for underneath the eyes, I feel like is really nice because it gives a nice bright pop to the under eyes. So I like that, just not for all over the face. And upon first application of it though, it does not feel drying, which is nice. It is a finishing powder, so it's not like super cakey or anything like that on the face, and it doesn't feel drying to my skin, at least not right now. Okay, for our brows, we have the Microblade Brow. I got this in shade brown. They had a few different shades. I want to say maybe 5. This is what it looks like. Again, just about $3. Product on one side, spoolie on the other. So let's see. I'm gonna just spoolie my brows in place. Gonna line underneath the brow. Okay, so far so good. Now I'm gonna go in and feather in. This is pretty good, honestly. Good color payoff. Doesn't have like a lot of waxiness or anything to it, so it's not gonna like make your brows crunchy or weird. So far, I am definitely liking it. I think it looks really good. It worked really well, so All right, look is coming together. All right, up next we have an eyeshadow palette. This is the Motivate eyeshadow palette. So it's just like neutrals. They had a couple of different palettes, but I figured let's start with the matte neutrals and see how they are before I go buying all these like $2.99 palettes. So I'm gonna jump in with this shade first. We're gonna pop it in the crease. It's like a little neutral transition shade to get us started. All right, I'm gonna go in with this shade now and try and bring that into the crease. So the first shade we didn't really get that much payoff from. Okay, we're seeing this one, because the first shade, again, was like very similar to my skin tone, so I didn't really necessarily expect to get a ton of payoff. This one though, good. Definitely getting pigment from it. All right, definitely got some payoff from that. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's like a dark brown and press that on the lid. Doing kind of a darker smoky eye today. And then I'm gonna go back in with this darkest shade, just a little bit of it. And I'm gonna bring that in the crease and kind of blend everything together. Okay, the shadows are blending pretty well. Are they like astronomically amazing? No, but honestly for a $3 palette with 6 different shades, they're performing pretty well and they're definitely workable. You just have to blend them a little bit more, I feel like, than I would a typical eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with that darkest shade on a little brush like this and press it on my lower lash line. I definitely am getting a little bit of fallout from them though, I will say that, so just be careful. Especially if you're doing like a darker eye like I am. You might be better off doing your eye first, foundation stuff after, but we're gonna roll with it. Go in with that initial color and blend everything out. We are going smoky, smoky today. I'm gonna dust away the fallout. Gonna go in with the lightest shade now. I'm gonna put that beneath my brow bone as a little highlight and in the inner corner. Okay, overall not bad. I definitely would suggest though, you need to do your eyes first if you wanna use this dark palette and do like a smoky look like I did, because it does get a lot of fallout and it's kind of like sticking to the product. So it's still, I feel like, making this like darkness underneath my eyes. So I'm trying to like dust it away the best I can, but I don't love that. I think I like the e.l.f. the little bite-sized e.l.f. palettes a little bit better, but those you do only get 4 options and I believe they're the same price, like $3.99 or so. So I think they might even be $1 more. So not a bad option, just not my favorite from this collection. All right, up next we have mascara. This is the long length lengthening mascara or long lash lengthening mascara. So again, $2.98. They had a variety of mascaras. Why can I not get the packaging off of this one? Okay, here we go. They had a variety of mascaras. Like they had a volume one, the length one. I wanna say they had like another one too. So I just went with length because I typically like long lengthened lashes. So let's see how it does. This is what the wand looks like, just a very basic sort of wand. And I'm gonna just go in and apply. I feel like it's not like sticking to my lashes well. I'm like, why is it not adhering? It looks like kind of dull. I don't know how else to describe it. Mascara, not my fave. I can tell you that. I feel like the formula is a little strange. It's like sticky, but like not adhering to my lashes. It's like not coming off of the wand, I feel, and it looks just kind of dull on the lashes. Yeah, this one's not my favorite. This I would not recommend. I wanna try their other mascaras to see if the formula is better, because obviously they all do have different formulas, but this one is just not it for me. Not doing much for my lashes. We'll put a little on my lower lash line though. Might as well. Okay, I feel like the eyes are looking a little crazy at this moment, but honestly, like everything else has been working good. The eyes were just a little bit of a veer off, but it's okay. Up next, we're gonna try this contour palette. I'm really excited to get a contour, a highlight, and a blush in here. So I'm gonna go in with the contour first. Contour out these cheeks. Okay, again, this contour is also very warm toned. So they're more so bronzers, I would say, than contours, which I don't personally mind, but if you're looking for something that's gonna be like a cool toned traditional contour, they definitely go more on the warm tones with their like contour products. So they're more so bronzers, but doesn't look bad. Now let's go in with the blush. This looks really pretty. It has like a little shimmer to it and it's like a peachy. It honestly looks really close to NARS Orgasm. So let's see. Okay, very pretty actually. And do you see that glow that it gives? That's all from this. Because it has like glitter in it, like small little like golden particles that give it that like glow. So you almost don't even need highlight because this pretty much gives it to you already. That's crazy. It doesn't look like I'm wearing highlight. I like that though. I like to glow, so for me, I like that. All right, let's do the actual highlighter now and go on top. Okay, this one's a little bit more icy as compared to like the goldenness in the blush. It's still very pretty. I would honestly buy this palette like just for the blush and the highlight. I think they're really pretty. The contour, again, like the shade I feel like is a little bit off. I wish it was a bit more cool tone, but blush and highlight are beautiful. Okay, I have a little lip oil on my lips, so I'm just gonna take that off. And now we're gonna go in with the tint that we used on our cheeks. I'm gonna use it on my lips as well. Pretty little color. It like feels like a lip gloss going on, but I feel like it's gonna dry down kind of like it did on the cheeks. So let's give it a second. Okay, it did dry down a little bit, but it still feels like not drying on the lips. Like it still kind of has that like balm kind of like consistency, so I actually really like that. And then the last thing that I have to try is this. This is the Baby Gloss. So one thing that I will say about these is obviously they are cheaper products, but you do get a lot less product in these than you would in like a traditional lip stain or lip gloss. They're obviously much smaller. Like here is a Milani lip gloss for you to see like for size. So definitely they are smaller. You're getting less product, but let's go in. This is in the shade Glam. This is the Baby Gloss, and try this on top. Oh, okay. First of all, very pigmented. Like sometimes you don't know with these glosses, they can just be very sheer. This one is not at all. I feel like it completely covered up the lip stain. So she definitely has some pigment, and they had a bunch of different colors. So I like that. And it feels very nice and like not sticky whatsoever at all, but it still gives a really pretty like glow to your lips. Okay, I really like this. Very, very nice. And the shade is really pretty. Like I will definitely use this with like all of my nude lips. Okay. Honestly, overall, I feel like the eyes were the only area where I was like, like the eyeshadow palette wasn't bad. I didn't love it. The mascara I just did not like, but literally everything else I think is really, really good from this brand. I'm very impressed. You know, I didn't know what to think because you never know, especially with new brands, but honestly, I think this stuff is really good. So let me know if you guys check this out, if you've seen it, if you've heard about it yet. Like I said, I literally hadn't heard anything, and then I saw the display and I was like, wait, what is this? So I'm glad I checked it out and tried it. I will link it down below if they have it available on Walmart's website. I'm assuming they do, so I'll put links down below if you guys want to check it out, or they probably have their own website too. I don't know, I gotta look, but it will be linked. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.